It has to be deliberate. That we want to see. It was Boris Yeltsin, okay, in Russia that said, this is the way we want to go in the world of tennis. And today, you can bet it. You are going to find Russians and all the countries that belong to the old Russian, that was the Soviet Union. You're going to find them dominating the world of, tennis because it was a deliberate, policy on their part. The same way in Brazil, the same way in Argentina. You are going to find Brazilians, Argentines participating in almost all the sports because there is a deliberate policy to grow, to develop. It has become a national, program. In Nigeria, it is not. It is anything goes. And that's why we are not, where we are. Okay, you talk about basketball team. Even when the women's, when the women's team qualified for the basketball competition, in Beijing, you discover that, look at the crop of the players that were there. Were they not see the same foreign-based players who got themselves together in America and other parts of the world and represented Nigeria? They went through thick and thin.
So it's about the facility.
It's about no facilities, no encouragement. That's a fact, because they are together there, they are training using the best facilities. Let me tell you, it was told that, at this tournament, that there were some Australian swimmers who left Australia, okay, and went to Beijing in China to go and train because today, some of the best swimming facilities, okay, are in China after the Beijing Olympics. So what are we exposed to? You've forgotten so soon. In 2002, there were some Nigerian athletes who went to the Manchester Commonwealth Games. They got to the gymnastics or whatever. They've never seen those, equipments before. What did they do? They just turned their back and left because they couldn't participate. So it tells you how bad what we're talking about is.
What about athletics? Because we're trying to see how much we can cover, but we'll be looking at this Mondays and Fridays until after the Olympics. The athletics now, Blessing Okagbare, another Nigeria hopeful, but apart from Blessing Okagbare, we don't really have any other one that stands out.
Well, all the Gloria Sumo, all the Damola Osayomi and all of them, we still have a few guys, but the question is, even the Blessing Okagbare, if you listen, I wish after the tournament, you can bring her to the studio and she will tell you her story. These are young girls who are abroad, training their way. Okay, I'll give an example. There was a young man who represented us in Kano, slalom Kano. For the first time, we did canoeing. I mean, is it part of our history? No. This young man was born in UK, okay, and he's paid his way through everything he did to qualify and to participate in Kano to represent Nigeria. The guy paid from his pocket. He paid his way through. The same captain of the Nigerian team that we're celebrating today, Chukwumerije, okay? If not, who knew him? Nobody. The guy paid his way through because his father has money, okay? Paid his way through to qualify and then to participate in taekwondo. And the moment they picked up the bronze medal, we began to celebrate it. So what I'm saying overall is that, you see, there are some young stars out there. All we need to do is to get them funds to, expose them to some of the best facilities. Why is it that these same complaints that the likes of the Jaliu, the Emedolus, all of them, the same complaints, the Gloria, what's it called, Faila Ogunkoya Osheku, these are all the same complaints that they keep, they don't get any kind of support from the Nigerian government and from the NSC or from the NOC. And that's why I have been calling for probe of the NSC and the NOC. The monies that have been raised...
You think the probe will help this sport?
No, let us even expose the monies that have gone down the drain.
If we
that's what I'm interested in.
What do we hope to achieve?
Let Nigerians know. See, people don't believe that there's so much money that has gone, so much billions of dollars that has gone down the drain in the world of sports over the years. And I want to say, I've been on this show several times mentioning the figures.
In other words, you're saying it's not lack of funds. It's not
lack of funds. What does it take to get these guys prepared? Let me tell you, for these Olympic Games, and I stand to be bringing Danusa to the studio, and I'll challenge him. For these games that we have gone for, okay, the International Olympic Committee we assist all the national Olympic committees to prepare their athletes for this competition. Ask yourself, how much did the NOC give individual athletes to prepare themselves for these Olympic Games? Well, so that's why I prayed yesterday. I said, whatever any of these guys can get from this tournament, it is for their own self-glory. And we can just celebrate with them, felicitate with them. Thank God that after all they have gone through, it didn't go down the drain. They got something out of the Olympics. And it is for their self-glory because we did not invest anything in them.
Yeah, well, that's one sore point which we're quite sure those in authorities will come and address pretty much later on this program. Dapo Daramola, I would like to thank you so very much for coming.
Always a pleasure. I don't know whether you're a Michael Phelps fan, but something is going wrong.